Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Avax. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at Avax on the daily chart, we have the exact same Fibonacci retracement that I've had on this chart for a very long time. So the swing high printed all the way back in February of 2021 and the swing low printed in June and July of 2021. This support block here got retested over here all the way on January 1st of 2023. Perfect retest. I spoke about this for many weeks before it happened. So if you had your buy limit orders, you got filled. And if you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, there's going to be a link in the description to a video that explains how to use the Fibonacci retracement. So as you can see right now, we had this bounce from the support block of $10.64 to $9.40. Currently, you're up around 117% from that entry. And if I zoom in, you can see that we wicked perfectly. Look at this. Perfect wick. And I always tell you guys to have the buy orders set up slightly above the support levels just so you have a better chance of getting filled. So 120% in less than a month. Well, in a month, let's say, right? Because you bottomed basically here January 1st. In a month, you did 113%, which is crazy, to be honest with you. This is crazy gains in a bear market, and this is only the start. I'm not saying we're going into the bull market straight away. I am saying that this shows you that you can make good money even in a bear market if you're smart about it, and if you're paying attention and trying to learn how to trade, how the markets work, what news and what events are affecting the prices of world markets. And if we're looking at a healthy pullback here, which is, to be honest with you, needed right now, and honestly, I think we're gonna go below the 20 EMA and below the 0.382 Fibonacci level, which is at $19.12. So we're gonna go below that probably. Potentially we could retest the support of the channel up pattern that we had here. So we can come back down to around $17.50. If we lose that, your next support is the support block here from $16.90 all the way to $16.06. And of course, the 55 EMA. Now, we do not want to be losing the 55 from here on out, because if we do that, we're probably going to get another bearish cross where the 20 EMA crosses below the 55, and that is your sell signal, or that is your downtrend confirmation on the daily chart. And we just got the bullish cross here, but like I keep saying, in a bear market, these daily crosses aren't as important as the weekly crosses. So you have to go to the weekly chart and you have to take a look at that bullish cross there. So we'll do that in just a couple of minutes here. So if you manage to hold this golden support block, perfect. If you start pulling back down further, then you could take a look at $14.60, which is the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement. And we might just retest that before moving forward. And that is going to be pretty healthy, in all honesty, because you're still going to be printing a higher low. And yes, you might get a temporary bearish cross, but that is not going to be the end all be all, right? Having a nice retest of support, which is a previous resistance level here, is going to be massive for Avax. And this will probably be a very good buying opportunity for anyone looking to get into Avax. And if we're looking at long-term targets, what we can do is we can grab a Fibonacci retracement. If I zoom out, grab a Fib retracement here from that low that we printed on January 1st all the way back up to the swing high that we printed in November of 2022 or 2021. And you get your 1.618 target at $735. Your 1.272 is the minimal target at $297. So that would be a 1,400% move to the upside. The 1.414 at $431 would be a 2,000% move to the upside. And the 1.618 would be at 3,600% to the upside. So I would say I would be more conservative, and I would take a look at the 1.272 and the 1.414. Obviously, there is a chance we might get to 700, maybe we get to $1,000. No one knows. But if you're looking to set some long-term targets, using the Fibonacci retracement is very smart, because usually what happens is once you break through the first fib level here, you retrace to the 1.618, whether it's to the downside or whether to the upside, like here, like we have here. So I would say don't discount this, but don't hold your bag until you get there, because if you are, 100% certain that it's going to get there, and you're holding your bag, the price is sitting at, $600, and you're not selling, which would be very stupid, in my opinion. You're not selling, and the price doesn't get to the 1.618. It goes to $684, and then you have that dump, that massive pullback to $140, and you're like, what happened? And you're like, okay, I'm going to hold. There's going to be a bounce, and I'm going to sell at $300. Then there's a bounce. It gets to $290, and another move to the downside. So you don't want to be caught in this, right? So that's why you should be dollar cost averaging your way out of the project, so that when the price eventually dumps, you're able to buy back in at cheap prices and get ready for the next cycle. That's basically how it works. And that's what you should be doing, because if you're specifically focused and married to this target that you don't know if it's going to be met or not, that's really unhealthy in my opinion, and that's not the way to make money. Obviously, you can get lucky. Obviously, the price can get there, but if you're not sure of that, you have to manage your risks, and you do that by dollar cost averaging out of the project, just like you're dollar cost averaging into a project. You're not buying all in at the same time, and you're not selling all in at the same time. So we are getting a bearish divergence here on the daily chart, which is quite weird. We're having both a bullish and a bearish divergence at the same time. So typically, when we have the highs for the price action, let me get rid of that. When we have the highs for the price action going higher, and technically they almost went higher here. This is not really a higher high, but you could say it's a higher high, because really the price is just higher, just slightly higher on this high. And on the RSI, you can see that we're having the exact opposite here. We're having a lower high. So that's a bearish divergence. And with this over here, with these lows, what you can see is that you're having a higher low, but with the RSI over here, you're having a lower low. So this is both a bearish and a bullish divergence, and I really have never, I think, seen something like this, which is very weird. But I do think the bearish divergence is going to overpower the bullish divergence, because we're quite overextended right now. We're pretty overbought on the daily chart, and we need to see a healthy pullback. So I think we're going to see a retracement. And if you go to the daily chart, you can expect a move to the downside. And like I said, you still have the yellow trend line, you still have the red trend line, you still have the purple support block. We still have all of this from the previous update. So if you haven't seen those videos, make sure to watch them, because I don't want to be repeating myself over and over again in every single video. As people get bored of that, I can understand. So once we come back down here, if we come back down here, just know that that's a good buying opportunity. You lose that, you go lower, you buy some more. Simple as that. Doesn't get easier than that. Now, let's jump into the Binance website to check out the weekly chart. So taking a look at the weekly chart, beautiful clean chart here. You can see that we retraced all the way down to the $10.80 area, which was our support level based off of the candle closures on July 12th of 2021. Perfect retest of this support, and this is a perfect double bottom pattern as well. So if you take a look at this, this is an extremely perfect double bottom pattern. If we take these, if we take this trade potentially, and we see what could be our technical target here, we might be looking at $1,500 based off of this based off of this technical pattern. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know, to be honest with you. And I don't think it's going to I don't think it's going to be happening simply because that is just too bullish for a already pretty established project. Well, not very established, but a pretty higher cap altcoin. You could say it's a pretty expensive coin at this point. And I think $1,644 is quite a stretch, but that is the technical target from this double bottom pattern, because this is a valid double bottom pattern. You have two perfect lows. You have your neckline here at $128, and if you break that, you place the trend line on top of the neckline and you get your target to the upside. So that's what we're going to be looking at here. If you bring back the Fib retracement and you take a look at where that takes us approximately to the second Fib level, which is way above the 1.618. So I would say the 1.618 and everything in there is what we should be targeting. But hey, if you want to be targeting this, that's all good. We're breaking out of the falling wedge. The current technical target is still at $29-ish. That's where the falling wedge was created, and I think that's where we can come up with a impulsive move after a healthy retest, and we can run into the 55 EMA on the weekly as well. That could be another area to take some profits. That's another 39% to the upside. So really, we're just starting the move to the upside here. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to lose this low at $10.80. It is still possible. We still could have a black swan event. We still could have something, terrible happening. Hopefully not, but if it happens, then the markets are going to drop, just like in March of 2020. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And we might see a potential drop all the way into this support block here, because really you have no support in this area in January of 2021. This was just a impulsive move to the upside with no retracements, and so far we're building this support area here, which is very good. But if you lose that, I think you're going to dump very quickly towards $3-4 area, and I think that would be a very good area to buy, but a very dangerous area as always, because the lower you go, the more chances there are of the project not recovering. But I think in Avax's case, I think it will recover even if it goes down to those numbers. So if you were looking to buy Avax and you got the chance to buy at $3 to $4, then, well, let's just say that you're lucky. And checking out the weekly RSI, you can see that we have broken above the resistance levels that I gave you. Potentially look for both of those levels as support, so 47 and 41.4 on the RSI. If you take a look at the candles on the weekly chart, you can see that we had 4 bullish green candles with a 4th one closing as a red candle. And we have the stochastic starting to move to the upside, so this is a sign of a move, of a pretty strong move. So I would say that taking profits right now would be kind of stupid, especially if you're holding long term. I would simply hold long term, and if you manage to get very overextended, you maybe take a look at a swing trade. But I would say the 20 EMA is going to be held as support probably, which is at $17.73. If that happens, well, that's just brilliant, isn't it? Because we're holding a major support level, and once we drag the 20 EMA with us towards the 55, we get the bullish cross. There you go, that's your buy signal for anyone waiting on the sidelines. And off we go into the bull market into 2024. So that's been it for this video. If I missed out anything important, please let me know down below in the comments section. Feel free to check out my Patreon. There is going to be a 7-day free trial. You can take a look at all of my posts since 2021 when I started, and there are multiple hundreds of posts, low cap gems, podcasts. Everything's going to be there, so let me know what you think of it. And if you feel like you like the content over there, you can stay, obviously. And check out my Twitter and Discord as well. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.